welcome to our first episode of Talk EDH. It is a show that we are doing where we invite friends and people and we get together and we play paper Magic the Gathering. Whether that is, at home or we do it over Spelltable, but the main goal is just to get as many friends as we can and to have a great time talking and playing some of our favorite commander decks, whether that's custom made or Precon, or we may even do stuff where friends design decks and discuss decks to play. And so we've got tons of ideas that are coming in the future. But, this is just something that me and my wife want to do because we are lovers of Magic the Gathering, and it's just, to have fun. Unfortunately, it looks like the audio that was recorded on my end was not captured. So what you are hearing now is me attempting to do an voiceover just to kind of give everybody kind of an idea of what I am doing on my board state and kind of what's happening during my turns, due to the fact that I kind of messed up somewhere along the line with setting up the audio priority, and my voice just wasn't captured very loud. So I'm going to go ahead and you're going to just hear me kind of walk through some of my turns and just give an idea of what's kind of going on. So it looks like we'll get started. We shuffle up our decks, we roll for high, and it looks like I win the roll. And so I allow Ashley to go first, so then this way I can go second. 10, 12.
Alright. Yeah, 4, you win.
Draw for turn, 7 cards, and I goofed and drew too many, so I'm going to put those back. And the commander that I'm running today is Zinnia, Valley's Voice, from the new Bloomburrow Precon.
I will keep my hand.
Okay. I think I'm going to go find.
I'm playing Mrs. Bumbleflower. I think she's so cute.
So as I was saying, looks like that I choose to go second, so Ashley will be going first.
I didn't realize how strong these decks were until I saw someone actually play them, and I was like, what in the world? I know. Yeah.
This footage, I see that she draws for her turn.
Okay.
The reason why I chose to go second was so this way I could be the first one to draw on my turn.
Go ahead and play a
land. And she passes.
I'm gonna pass.
For turn, and I'm gonna play a Terramorphic Expanse, and I'm gonna pass. Turn, I'm going to go ahead and crack that Terramorphic Expanse, and I'm going to search my library for a basic land, and it'll enter tapped.
Okay. Space bar, you can highlight different ones. But I wish I could That's cool. Yeah.
To my turn, into my upkeep, untap, and I'll draw for turn. I'll go to my upkeep, draw.
Nope, I don't know, but you can go ahead and draw. It's casual. I'm sure I drew on the first one. I didn't mean to, so you know what? If you draw a second time
for my land for turn, and I will pass.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a reliquary tower, or however it's pronounced.
She plays a reliquary tower into an
Yeah, that
arcane
word.
signet.
And I'm gonna tap 2 into arcane signet. It's okay. I goof all the time. That's all I can do. Pass.
I will play a castle Ardenvale for turn, and it'll enter the battlefield tapped. And then I will pass my turn.
All right. Good card. Good card. Let's see. So I'm gonna untap. Good two. Good two. Untap. One mana of any color in Commander's color identity. Okay. They're turning slightly.
Mine are never turning. They're like
Alright, so I'm gonna do 1 and my arcane signet for green. I'm gonna play Joel Ray.
Cast Joriel, Monvuli Recluse.
Yeah, Recluse. There we go. Whenever you draw your second card, each turn, create a 2/2 green cat creature token.
Goes ahead and she passes her turn.
And pass. Yeah.
I will draw for turn, and then I will play a Temple of Enlightenment for my land, and it'll enter the battlefield tapped. It looks like I went ahead and I tapped for all 3 colors for my commander, which is white, red, and a blue. But then I go ahead and I change my mind because I tell myself that I can't. But then I end up doing something that I always do, and I misread the card, where the Shivian Reef says that I can tap it for a colorless, or I can tap it for a blue and a red, and it deals 1 damage to me. But I, for some reason, kept thinking that I had to pay 1 to tap for the blue or the red.
Oh.
And so, you know, I made the mistake here, and I end up casting something else. But, you know, I end up realizing down the road this wasn't the worst possible move. So I go ahead and I tap for 1 white into another, and I cast a Hanged Executioner. It's a creature spirit, 1/1 that has flying. Whenever Hanged Executioner enters the battlefield, I create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Then I could, you know, as its other effect says that I could tap for 3 and a white, and I can exile the Hanged Executioner, and I can exile a target creature. And the upside of that, not casting my commander when I did, is because Zinea Valley's voice says it gets +X +0, where X is the number of other creatures that I control with a base power of 1. So this thing is a 1/1, as well as the token that it's going to generate. And so, you know, that's much more beneficial for when my commander comes to the field. So really, it wasn't that bad of a play. It was actually pretty good.
I know. The 1/1 spirit.
And then she taps for 2 colorless, and she casts a Fellware Stone. And then she moves 2 attacks, and she hits me for 1.
Swing at you with a 1/2.
Passes her turn.
Okay. And pass.
And then into my turn, on my upkeep, I will go ahead and I will draw for turn. And it looks like I play a Sulphur Falls. And it won't enter tapped because I do control an island. And then I'm going to go ahead and pay for 1 to cast the classic Soul Ring.
And Dan.
I will pay 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 white, and I will cast my commander, Zanea Valley's Voice, and it'll enter the battlefield with +2,
what nonsense.
+0, which then makes my commander a 3/3 flyer. It gets +X +0 with X the number of other features. So that is +2 for now.
+2 +0.
So it's a 3. I'm not going to not +1.
Isn't it a 3/3?
It is a.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dangerous.
And it looks like I'm going to go ahead and turn sideways one of my 1/1
Okay.
little flying spirits there and hit her for 1.
Well, I have no
And then
way
pass my
to
turn.
block that, so I'll just take the 1. Alright. Untap. Don't want to show my cards.
Well, if you do, Ashley's turn. She is unfortunately missing some of her land drops.
2, 3, 4.
That's always kind of rough.
I am missing some land drops. I'm very sad about it. I think I might cry later, but I'm not sure. I can do this. So, tap my Arcane for green. My Fairloin Stone. Anything in my Reliquary Tower. For a Bloodroot Apothecary. Toxic 2. When Bloodroot Apothecary enters, you and target opponent each create a treasure token. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 place encounters.
And then it looks like I frantically search for a treasure token, and I can't seem to find one, so I just use a dice for substitution.
So, alright, here. Treasure. I have a poison, but I do not have a treasure. So you can make your own treasure. Just put that on there because I only have 1. So goofy. Here, this can be your treasure token for now. Where did that go? That's what I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. Nice. We did. Okay. Get a 3/3 flying. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass.
To my turn,
hit you this time.
untap, upkeep, and draw. And I will go ahead and play an Exotic Orchard. For turn, says you can tap to add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Then it looks like I go ahead and I tap for 1 red and 2 of another, taking 1 damage from the Shivian Wreath. And I'm going to cast a Devilish Valet. And then I'm going to go ahead and pay the 2 for my commander's effect, which is the offspring mechanic. Creatures you control have offspring 2. You may pay an additional 2 as you cast a creature spell. If you do, when that creature enters the battlefield, I will make a 1/1 token that is a copy of it, so I will make a copy of the Devilish Valet. And again, back to the whole token issue. I can't seem to find the tokens that I typically have with me. So I substitute it with another token just to remind me that that is a copy. And I am using a human wizard 1/1 token. So don't judge me, please.
That happens all the time.
Okay, the worst is happening. Yeah, I know I did.
Is it a copy of a bird? You just use a bird token. Oh. Ooh. I don't think you have devil tokens. You should get the whiteboard race cards.
I'm just gonna use the 1/1 cookies. So here's the 1/1. That's supposed to be a copy. Ignore that. And then that should be right now. Creatures enter the battlefield. I will +4 my commander because of its effect. Move to combat. And I'm going to go ahead and swing with my commander, which will
I
be
do
5 in
not.
the air, and one of my 1/1 flyers. So a total of 6 coming at
Oh my
Ashley.
goodness.
That's flying. And then because I do commander damage,
Are
I
they
kind of
all
show
flying?
Ashley how we can keep track of that through Spelltable. And I just kind of walk her through how to add commander damage. And then the way to select is you can click on your name. Click on your name. And then you see here, like where it shows my name. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then you just add
Oh,
how much damage that does. There you go.
nice.
And then you just keep track of
There we go.
After that, I realize I made a little bit of a mistake. It has the effect that says trample and haste. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield, double the devilish valet's power until the end of turn. So I could have essentially attacked her with that on the ground and do, double damage, but I didn't, and it's just a learning experience. It's turn.
Hey, I appreciate that. My turn? Alright. Tap. Looks like I have a big board state, but really I have nothing going on.
Lee gets another
Yes.
land in play. Sweet.
Yes. Okay. Green, white, blue, one of another. Bring on my commander. She says, Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until the end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw 2 cards. I have 1 standing mana. Which can't do anything with. So yeah, I know. What's your commander's tapped? let's go ahead and shoot
As her
you.
commander,
with a
she moves to
1/2
combat,
on the ground.
and she attacks me with a 1/2, and I just take the damage.
Okay.
It's turn. Moves over to my
And
turn.
Hab's
I
turn.
move to my upkeep. I draw, and then I play an island for turn. A treasure token, and because of that, it triggers Ashley's Bloodroot Apothecary, and I
Okay.
get 2 poison counters.
You get 2 poison counters.
Okay. I forgot. So that's 1 floating damage for 1 white, and 3 of another. That's white. Murmuration is an enchantment that says birds you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. And at the beginning of my end step, for each spell you've casted this turn, create a 1/2 bird creature token with flying name Storm Crow. And this is really beneficial because each time I cast a spell, I get to create a 1/2 bird that's going to help benefit the growth of my commander.
Yep, it does.
Oh, I'm very sick. This is bird.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to move to combat,
I'll just
and I'm
take
going to attack her with my commander, doing 6 in the air, and then it has vigilance, so it does not tap. And then I move to my end step, and I will make a 1/2 crow and pass the turn. Commander damage to Ashley, and
Oh, I'm
I
already
say
at 12
something
commander damage.
like, "Oh, this might be, a pretty short
Oof.
game." But hey, we shall see. We shall see what ends
I'm
up happening.
oofing over here.
Because the first time, me and her tested these decks, I ultimately
I know.
won, but she almost had me. I mean,
Seaside
it was one of the
Citadel.
closest games I've
Interesting.
ever seen with 2 precons. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun.
Alright, let's see. I just, I think I shuffled it too many times. I think 6 was the number, and I did it number 7, and it just ruined it. I'm gonna get a little funky. White. 2, another. I'm gonna play Tempt with Bunnies. Tempting offer. Draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. For each opponent who does, you draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token.
Draw a card from her Tempt of Bunnies, and I will create a 1/1 bunny.
Okay.
And this is a really good card, really for both of us, but
you did
it benefits her because of the draw mechanic from her commander, which I'm pretty sure gives her commander +1 counters each time she draws, or makes somebody draw. And so it looks like I go ahead and I select that card, and I kind of get it up on the screen there for everyone to see.
Draw my 2 cards. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm also going to get a little bit more funky. Here we go. You ready? Hop to the right. Yeah. Take 1 step back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. Farewell Stone. Wow. For blue. And a green for 1. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this card. I'm just going to read what it says. I guess I could try to pronounce it. It would be kind of funny. It's Triskaidekaphil.
That's the Triskaidekaphile,
with hand size.
know,
At the beginning
the
of your upkeep,
effect
if
that
you have
says
exactly
you have
13
no
cards in
maximum
your
hand size.
you
And
win
at the
the
beginning
game.
of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. That's
1,
pretty gross.
2,
and because of her commander,
3,
with all the
4,
draw
5,
mechanic that she
6,
gets,
7.
this might be
Yeah, 5
this might be
more.
the card.
And
This might be the card that she needs.
I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I casted 2 spells. So you get to draw a card, and I get to put a +1/+1 counter on my commander. Because I casted a second spell this turn, I get to draw 2 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 4 more. I have no maximum hand size. Twice. And they were roommates. Here we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Your commander's strong. That's what I'm scared of. Let's go ahead and do a 3/3 coming
With a
your way.
3/3, and I'll block it with the little bunny
On the
token
ground.
that she
Yep.
gave me.
Oh no, my bunny. Let me see my card.
It is raining outside.
Oh, it's raining outside, guys.
That's what we get living in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
You might hear some rain and thunder coming on too. It's pouring out there. Yeah. Alright, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say? I want those so bad. So bad. Okay, I'm going to pass turn.
Upkeep, I draw for turn, and then I will go ahead and play a Mystic Monastery for land for turn, and it'll enter the battlefield tapped. Tap for 3 colorless, a white and a blue, and I'm going to cast a Cloud Blazer. It is a creature that is a human scout with flying, and says when Cloud Blazer enters the battlefield, I gain 2 life and I draw 2 cards.
No.
Then go ahead and I'm going to tap the board.
I do have a response. I lied. I don't have a response. I'm sorry. I don't have them here. I was thinking too far ahead.
2 white and 2 colorless, and I cast a Luminous Broodmoth. It is a creature insect that has flying. It is 3/4. Whenever a creature I control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. And then we kind of come back to that Devilish Valet. I ended up having 2 creatures enter the battlefield, and we weren't entirely sure how this ruled, so maybe somebody could correct me on this. But the Devilish Valet says that when another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I double the Valet's power until the end of turn. I wasn't entirely sure if because both of those entered that it would
Whenever
double
another
it
creature
2
you control
times.
enters a battlefield, double it.
So I just went ahead and I just doubled it once because I wasn't entirely sure.
I would like to. Can I read that card? It's not pulling up on my thing. I'm sorry, guys. The creature you control until end of turn. So just double it until end of turn. Does your commander have trample? Thank goodness. I was just thinking about that.
Looks
No.
like I moved to combat, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attack her with 2 1/1 flyers, and my commander doing a total of
What's your
8
commander?
damage to Ashley. 6 of that being commander.
Okay, so 8 in total and then 6 for commander.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh.
Move to my instep, and I will create a 1/2 bird, and that's going to buff my commander a little bit. But then I also realized I made a mistake, and I casted 2 spells, so I should have gotten 2 birds, but I didn't catch that, and it was my mistake. Like I keep saying, this is a learning experience because this is a brand new deck. And then around this part, Ashley's kind of concerned about the commander damage that could occur,
Okay.
which basically is going to win me the
Upkeep is
game.
when I untap
but,
all my cards, right?
You know, as a
Before I
nice
play any
husband,
spells?
I come to the conclusion and I promise her that, you know what, next turn I won't attack her with my commander because I really want to see what her deck can do. You know, I'd already won the first game that we ever played that we tested these on. And so I really wanted to give her an opportunity to see how her deck can pop off. So I promised her that next turn I will not attack with my commander.
I'm trying to think of something because if I can somehow lock your commander next turn. I do. That's in my graveyard. I'm gonna put it right there. I do have my treasure token. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's in my graveyard. I know. If I can block your commander next turn, I can do it. But I have to get something with flying. I did not draw a card yet. 10. That doesn't help me. I want to make a truce and say, don't attack me with your commander next turn.
And then at this point, Ashley starts kind of thinking about her deck and kind of where the game is at. And really, I know she's pointing a lot towards that Triskaidekaphile. You know, the one that says you have no maximum hand size. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. I think she's really just trying to grind out a way to get enough cards in hand to immediately win without having to worry about commander damage or life total, and so just win off of that card's effect.
You won't hit me with commander next turn.
She's pretty nervous. She's pretty worried about it, but you know, hey, I think she can do it. You know, she's smart, and I think Magic the Gathering is just one of those things that just takes a lot of thinking and a lot of understanding, and she's definitely the right person there.
Let's see. Let's do this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. 8. Okay, I forgot about that one. Keep this one. Sorry, I'm just organizing my mana so I can think. Those I'm gonna need for this one. I think I can too, but I'm really scared. this one card. That's less mana, though, so if I do 4, that's less mana I could do. I do remember that I have a treasure. Yes. Ooh. Land for turn. I'm thinking so hard I can't even. I'm thinking so hard I can't even read the cards in my hand anymore. Yeah, there's 8. So that brings me to. Saves me 3 mana. 3 mana. I do 2 spells. 5. So the card I want to play is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaves me 4 to play with. If I can get 2 things out. I believe I can. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play. Need at least a blue at the end of this. White and one of another. Tenuous. Oh, I will. Trust me. Tenuous Truce. Enchant opponent. It's going to be you. At the beginning of enchanted opponent's end step, you and that player draw a card. Whenever you attack a enchanted player or planeswalker they control, or when they attack you or a planeswalker I control, I get to sacrifice this. I played a spell. You get to draw a card. I get a +1/+1
counter.
token. And then I'm going to do one, 2, Mind Stone. Tap to add colorless. I get to draw 2 cards. You get to draw another card. 1, 2. I get another card. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do this. Okay. Promise not to hit me with a commander.
I continue to promise
Pass
Ashley I'm
turn.
not going to attack her with my commander.
Pass.
And so I move to my upkeep and I draw for turn. I play a mountain for turn. And cast a Mind Stone. And then I'm going to go ahead and tap for 1 white and 1 colorless, and I will cast Spirited Companion. It is an enchantment creature dog. It is a 1/1. It says when Spirited Companion enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Here's where things kind of get a little hairy. I think Ashley thinks she's made a mistake here.
How did I count wrong?
She doesn't have enough cards, but let's kind of see how the next turn turns out.
I know, I goofed. I goofed, Brian. I goofed. I played a land that I didn't want to play. And it brought me to 9, not 10.
Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap for 2 white and 4 of another and attempt to cast an Elspeth,
You know what I'm going to do?
Sun's Champion, which is a
going
planeswalker. And at this point, I think Ashley has a response to me casting this planeswalker.
Blue. 1, 2, 3. Crack my treasure. For 4. Intellectual Offering. Choose an opponent. You and that player each draw 3 cards. Choose an opponent. Untap all non-land permanents you control and on non-land permanents that player controls.
Then after that response, it looks like my Elspeth will resolve. I'm going to go ahead and plus one, one white soldier. 1 white soldier. Soldier token into the battle. What up? Bringing it to 5, and I'll create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Plus 6.
I goofed.
It's okay. Okay.
I don't feel like it's okay, but it's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go into combat, but I'm not gonna attack you with my command.
Okay.
Head move to combat, and I'm going to hit her for 5 in the air.
A 3/4 and a 2/2.
They're both 5.
So that's 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move my hit step and create another step, and because I casted a spell, I will go ahead and make more crows. And then that brings my commander up to +7. And then I had correct. What was the step on that enchantment that groups gave me?
At the end step, you and I both draw a card.
Okay. I'm gonna go to my end step, right? I'll draw the card. And I discard 2 cards, and then I will pass turn. Clean up an illusionary temperature and ferocious blade. And I'll pass turn.
Okay. I lied. I didn't goof. You ready?
Let's see. Let's see it.
Draw. Upkeep.
It's like
1,
Ashley moves
2,
to her upkeep,
3,
and
4,
then that'll
5,
trigger
6,
the
7,
Triskaideka
8,
and she
9,
will win the
10,
game.
11, 12, 13.
I kind of goof here, and I attempt to cast a spell and destroy that, or really
No,
to rapid
it's the upkeep.
hibernization, and I attempt
I
to target it
win.
and destroy it to give her a 3/3
Ugh.
green frog.
I so much
But
mind
really,
power
because
went
it was
into
the
this
beginning of her
game.
upkeep, by the time I responded, it was a
Okay,
little bit
I
too
win the
late.
game.
And even if that was correct of me to be able to do it and
Nice.
continue the game on,
I tried
I ended up
so
just
hard
letting
to
her
get
have it
this
anyway,
card to
and
work.
she beat me. And it was a very,
I
very
know.
close
I was
game,
gonna die next
and we
turn if
had
I could
a
not
ton of
figure this
fun.
out.
And me and her are really loving the new Bloomburrow stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And so we are really hoping to get maybe a couple more decks, the other 2 decks, and maybe we'll make those as an episode or something. But yeah, this was our first episode for Table Talk EDH, and like I said in the beginning, with the whole error with the audio that we had, this is the reason why I'm choosing to do this voiceover, just to kind of give a cap on everything that I was doing on my field, being that you could kind of hear Ashley a lot better than me. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope that you enjoy this first episode and hope that you will enjoy more to come. We will be working very hard at this. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Then this way you can be updated on any other shows and episodes that will hopefully come out in the future. So thank you so much for joining us.